Do you have bleeding gums when you brush or floss your teeth? Let's talk. Hi, my name is Whitney and I'm a dental hygienist. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Today, let's talk about bleeding gums and what you need to do to stop them from bleeding. And before we get started, a quick shout out to the Teeth Talk Patreon and the YouTube members who support this channel. I love that you are part of my mission on spreading evidence-based dental health information. Let's jump in. Bleeding gums are not normal. Inflammation, redness, and bleeding along the edges of your gums near your teeth, we don't like any of that. Bleeding gums are actually one of the main clues that you have gingivitis, since inflammation of the gums is gingivitis, and inflammation of the gums is what causes the bleeding. The good thing about gingivitis, it is reversible. It is curable. The bad thing, if you leave it alone and don't do anything about it, it will continue to get worse until you have full-out gum disease, bone loss, periodontitis, which leads to tooth loss. And nobody wants that. So how can you stop your gums from bleeding? There are two things you need to do. Number one, revamp your home hygiene routine. I know it sounds annoying, but really the reason your gums are bleeding is because, like we said, they are inflamed. And the inflammation is coming from the plaque and tartar that is stuck on your teeth. So flossing every day is a must. Cleaning along and under the gum lines daily to remove all of that plaque, since again, the plaque sitting there is what's causing the inflammation and the bleeding. And when you're brushing, make sure you're angling your toothbrush to clean the gum line. So you want to angle it at a 45-degree angle toward the gums. I do have technique videos on proper brushing and proper flossing, which I will link both in the description box below if you'd like to learn more. Most people assume that flossing is what makes their gums bleed, but in reality, it's the opposite. It's the lack of flossing that causes bleeding gums. All of that plaque accumulation along the edges of your gums is what's actually triggering an immune response, giving you swelling and bleeding. A good analogy is working out at the gym. When you first start, all your muscles are like, ow, but the more you work out, the less sore your muscles become. Same thing with flossing. The more you do it, the firmer, tighter, and healthier your gums will become. In addition to brushing and flossing, a water flosser may be your new best friend. It doesn't replace traditional string flossing technically, but when you are trying to get rid of swollen gums, the stimulation from a water flosser can be life-changing, or shall I say, gum-changing. It can really help stimulate the gum tissue, and again, not only will it help remove plaque that is causing inflammation, but it will also help work out your gums so they can get firmer and healthier. The gums love to be stimulated, so stimulate them with your toothbrush, with your floss, and with your water flosser. And one more thing, warm saltwater rinses. If you're pushing yourself through all the brushing and flossing, you might be noticing extra amounts of bleeding at the beginning. Rinsing with a warm saltwater can help soothe your gum tissue and make them feel much better. It's kind of like a natural disinfectant for your gums. And back to the working out analogy, it's kind of like icing your muscles after the gym. So after the home care, if your gums are a little tender from all that brushing, flossing, water flossing, go ahead and warm up some water, stir in some salt, and swish it around. It's super soothing for your sore gums. And once your gums stop bleeding, there's no need to use the salt water anymore. It gets retired from your routine. And in addition to proper home care, number two, you need to keep up with preventative dental cleanings. You gotta see your hygienist regularly, because if there's any tartar below your gum line, you can brush and floss until you're blue in the face, and that stuff won't come off at home. You need a dental professional to safely remove the tartar below your gums and give you a fresh, clean surface, removing all the hardened, mineralized bacteria, the calcified plaque that has now turned into tartar. Then, after the tartar is professionally removed, you can continue keeping your teeth clean at home with your brush, floss, and water floss. Getting your teeth cleaned at the dentist afterwards, it's like having a clean canvas to paint on. You don't want to try to paint over a painting, right? Clean it up first and then start fresh. Because if you don't, gingivitis will gradually progress into a more serious form of gum disease known as periodontitis. At this point, the bleeding and swelling isn't something you can simply reverse with removal of plaque and tartar and good oral hygiene anymore. Rather, you'll need to seek out the care of your dentist for more therapeutic services to maintain the level of your bone, the bone that holds your teeth in place, in order to avoid tooth loss. It sounds super dramatic. It is the worst case scenario, but I have to mention it because it is the facts. Gum disease can be awful, but it is preventable. So please try your best to prevent it. If you're noticing bleeding gums, start your routine now, commit to daily home care of brushing and flossing, and schedule an appointment at your dental office for a professional cleaning to make sure there's no tartar stuck below your gums. And then after about 2 to 3 weeks of proper daily home care, never skipping a night of flossing, because then you gotta start over, all signs of gingivitis, including bleeding gums, will will go away. I hope this video helped you. Please like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications if it did. Thank you again to the YouTube members here and the Patreon members supporting this channel and supporting dental health awareness. If you want to join the fight in making sure evidence-based dental health information is being shared online, become part of our Teeth Talk community. The links to join are in the description box below. And until then, I'll see you on Instagram at Teeth Talk Girl. Peace, love, and teeth.